Big Ben and black cabs. Them telephone boxes you that love to take pictures and shit. Lovely full English brekkie and all of that. But nah, bro. Let me tell you something. That's just what they show you, innit? That's not what we see. That ain't the bits.
So I'm a gigantic Game of Thrones fan. I mean like super stan. So here recently House of Dragon Return is absolutely fantastic. Now in the latest episode, no spoilers, don't worry, the Feet Man told the king that it was two different conversations going on. That down on the ground floor with all the town folks, the peasants, the merchants, you know, the regular folk, that it was two different conversations going on. One side saying that the king was actually being strong by suiting up with armor, other side saying that he's getting set up by certain people. And that made me think back to why Cersei hated Queen Marjorie so much, because she actually cared, well if not cared, but she actually was trying to give back to the people on the ground, to the peasants, to the town folks, because she knew the perception that you had with the people on the ground floor is what really mattered. So then that translates to becoming a YouTuber, becoming an influencer, becoming a media personality, because after a while we get tainted, we forget what it's like to be a normal consumer, we forget what it's like to actually have to, and I have fell into that same hole myself. Pause. No did it. I think it was about 6 months in a row while I had not had to put my card on file for any game in 2023 up until this year when Suicide Squad came out. WB doesn't fuck with me because I shit on Gotham Knights, talk shit about Hogwarts Legacy even though I love that game. I figured their PR department doesn't like me too much. Same thing with PlayStation department now, since I made some explicitive thumbnails with Stellar Blade. But hey, you made a game about ass and titties. What'd you expect me to do? That was the first time in a long time where I actually had to shove out 70 plus 80, almost $80 for a video game. And when that game turned out to be absolute dog shit, it hurts even more. Or when that game turns out to have some performance issues or just simply doesn't live up to the hype, it really hurts even more. I personally had not had that feeling for a long time, and that brought me back down to reality to let me realize, like, listen, when all this YouTube shit is done and all your connects and all the glazing and shit that we do as YouTubers and creators and influencers, all that shit is done, you're back on the ground floor with the people. That's what matters. So then that changed my entire perspective of how I create videos. I don't just read the IGN articles or the GameSpot or like the big media personality articles, because they're going to put their spin on it, they're going to generalize it, they're going to journalize it, you know, and do all the shit that they do. But the real comments, which is a slippery slope, is going down to the comment section or going over to Reddit or going to social media. And yes, there's a lot of bullshit on all of those platforms, but if you can shift through the shit, you can find some real questions and some real answers. And the real questions we have here today, that's what I'm about to get into. Number one, these first-hand previews dropped less than a few weeks ago of people that was able to play Black Myth Wukong hands-on. Up until this point, everything that we've seen about Black Myth Wukong screamed Souls-like, from the bosses, from the boss battles, from the big set pieces, from the incantations that you can do, from the dodging and the rolling, from the hit, everything screamed Souls-like. So whenever the number one thing, at least for me, came out of these previews was people saying, so this is technically not a Souls-like, it's a Souls-light. They said it's going to be easier than a Souls-like game, and everyone should be able to play this game without having any issues. This game is not that difficult. There's something caught my attention yesterday that really made me think, like, well, hold on, well, that don't really add up. So yesterday, VGC, Video Game Chronicles, put out like a 8-minute 4K boss battle hands-on preview footage, which you're probably seeing as I'm talking right now. But they also had an article that they written up. So for me, I actually go in and read these articles bar for bar, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. And so you know that I do my homework. I'm very extensive. I'm very meticulous about what I put out on this channel, because I know it has the ability to reach a large amount of peoples, devs, PR. All these people watch my videos now, which just blows my mind to think about that, but that's the reality. So I don't come out here to make these rage bait videos like the little bitch Dreamcast guy and other YouTubers do all the time just to pay their bills. I don't fuck with that. If I put something out on this channel, I've done my research as good as I can do. With that being said, they said Wukong's comeback goes into a higher gear when, after defeating an early boss, the player is able to briefly transform into that boss to defeat them. That's fucking sick, by the way. However, you can't change the difficulty, but the difficulty doesn't remain the same for the whole game, we were told. As we said earlier, the philosophy is that players fight like a hero. When we were developing the game, we had to make a lot of hard choices. I've only been in the Souls-like genre within this last year. I was an easy mode, story mode guy until I played Armored Core 6, blah, 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 blah. You guys know the story. A lot of you do. If you're brand new here, trust me, check the channel. I talked about it. Every Souls-like game I've ever played, they do not have difficulty settings. That is what, for me, separates a game from being a Souls-like to being an action game. Because in God of War, I can change the difficulty. Spider-Man, I can change the difficulty. The Last of Us, I can change the difficulty. Stellar Blade, I could change the difficulty, even though in story mode, to me, it was still disgustingly hard. That's neither here nor there. So these are all action RPG games with big set pieces and boss battles that you can change the difficulty. So that's an action RPG. Noah, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Sekiro, all of these are games that do not allow you to change the difficulty because the game is what it is. Because everyone's difficulty threshold is very different. What's easy for you may be hard as hell to me. So the fact that you can't change the difficulty in a game that looks and plays like a Souls-like, but they're saying is not a Souls-like, something, the math isn't mathing for me. So for me, my question is, why can't I change the difficulty if this is just a simple action RPG that everyone should be able to play on the PlayStation 5 or the PC? Or down the line the Xbox? And I don't have an answer to this. This is a question I'm asking you. Am I tripping? Or is that one of the main definitions of a Souls-like? Because if Elden Ring had a easy mode and like a medium mode and like an expert mode, then all of a sudden it's not a Souls-like anymore, right? That goes into an action RPG. I'm just asking questions. I need to know what you think about that. But going back to the console part of it, and this is the main crux of the video. So initially I'll start looking around for PlayStation 5 gameplay because I've been watching trailers just like you for years. Trailer after trailer after trailer. And every trailer that they have showed, it features the Nvidia graphics, you know, it's sponsored or like hosted or produced by Nvidia, which is obviously PC gameplay. So I was like, I saw some PlayStation 5 gameplay. I was like, then I started looking around Reddit and people was asking the same question, like, any PS5 footage? It's like been like the #1 search thing is like PS5 footage. No sign of a PS5 version yet. People kind of chatting. Then I found this clip here. I was like, oh shit, okay, we good. You know, bro running on the PS5. Boom. I was like, okay, good. It turns out, I dug a little deeper. He said, this is just a short video I did for a friend while I was at Gamecom. The video is in 30 FPS, but the game runs at a 60 most stable. As you can see, still beautiful on my favorite console. And he immediately got pushback from damn near everyone because he was saying that it was connected to and by the way, this was just 13 days ago. Sorry for bumping this, but I see people claim that this was actually running on a PC at the Nvidia sponsored booth, which is true, and players were given the option to choose their controller. Is that correct? He says no, the PCs had another controller. This controller was hooked up to a PS5 dev kit. You can see it through the cabinet. Also, they didn't ask you what station you wanted. You was just sent there with a free one. But again, people kept pushing back. No, the DualSense was connected to a PC. He's saying dev kit. This bro said, no, it wasn't. I was at Gamescom and we all have Black Myth Wukong stand with the PC machines. So for the super casuals, before I got into this, I would have watched this video because I saw Joe Raptor playing this a year ago and he was playing with an Xbox controller. I said, oh, he's playing on Xbox, but no, it was at the Nvidia station. DJ found that video. It was at the Nvidia station as well, but he was using the Xbox controller. I didn't know as a casual that you can connect a PlayStation or whatever controller that you want to your PC, because from the naked eye, it looks like you're playing on the console. So still, there is no definitive answer. Even on the PlayStation Store, if you go to the, because it's not going to show it on here, but if you go to it on your console, they have two trailers. When you pre-order the game, they have the cinematic CGI trailer and they have the other trailer, which is like 90% CGI with some gameplay in-engine footage, but no PS5 gameplay. If you go to the PlayStation, Black Myth Wukong, the only trailer they have is the CGI one. If you go to the Black Myth Wukong Game Science YouTube channel, they only have PC gameplay and CGI gameplay. I can't find anywhere on YouTube. Trust me, I searched like 7 pages. Everything they've showed has been PC gameplay or CGI gameplay from Nvidia, super rendered on top of each other. Now they are using Unreal Engine 5. There's less than 150 games right now that actually is running or being created in Unreal Engine 5. The last Soulslike game that was created in Unreal Engine 5 was Lords of the Fallen. That one has some performance issues as well. I can't imagine this game isn't coming out in August without some performance issues on PC and console. Hence why, well, I don't know if that's why, but hence why the Xbox version is also getting delayed because of that same reason. But Xbox has their own shit going on with the Xbox Series X and S, the whole shit there. So that may be something different. But what I'm saying is this, and I'm not accusing, I'm just giving you some information for you to consider before you start pre-ordering this shit. We haven't seen any PS5 gameplay. There's no gameplay I've seen that says running on the PS5 console that you see right there in the middle when you watch these trailers. No in-engine footage. It's all been PC Nvidia gameplay. And the streets are talking. When I say the streets, I mean Reddit and social media and YouTube comments. But again, maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. If you can find some PS5 gameplay that's 100% show that it's running on the PlayStation 5, they can send that over to us, to the community. I appreciate it. And as my bruvs in the UK say, Bob's your uncle.
What a wonderful day!
Nah, bro. Let me tell you something. That's just what they show you, innit? That's not what we see. That ain't the bits. And that ain't London.